from Bob's Workshop. Please excuse my scruffy appearance. I haven't had time to shave because I've been working so hard on the project that you're about to see. It started so long ago, but I'm actually getting near the finish line. Today I'm going to show you how I added some windows and some lighting. In the video after this, it's not made yet because I haven't finished it, but I'll show the base that's made just for this resort. It'll be pretty cool, I think, when it's all done. But let me show you what I've been working on. A few years back, I started watching videos of role-playing gamers who made medieval-style buildings from foam core and cardboard. They inspired me to make this mountain resort that I started almost 2 years ago. That building led me to make a few others, and now my layout has an entire German village, which also includes a lighthouse, a fire station, a gelato store, and even a Hofbrauhaus restaurant. But I never finished the Alpine Lodge that looms above everything else. I was thinking about doing a simple interior, not for every room, but a select few. And I still might, but today I'll be satisfied with fitting the windows and adding a few LEDs to liven things up. I made these windows almost 2 years ago also, and even though I can make more detailed versions now, I'm still going to use these. It was a lot of work that I don't want to go to waste. All of the windows were made from strips of styrene, which are held together very well by Plastruct plastic weld solvent cement. It really bonds plastic pieces together, and it flows very well too. I'm gluing down each frame to the clear sheet of polystyrene. I'll cut them apart after drying overnight. I'm not trimming the clear plastic flush with the window's edges because these will be installed from the backside of each exterior wall. The more I think about it, the more I realize how unlikely it is that I'll ever do an interior. You couldn't really see much anyway through windows this small, but I still want to have interior lighting. And at a hotel during the night, most guests would have their curtains pulled anyway. This is just a sheet of copier paper, and after a little craft paint and some accordion folds, I'll have a decent representation of drapery, and it will still allow for a nice warm glow to shine through from the LEDs within. 25 years ago, I would have scoffed at the idea of using hot glue with buildings for model trains. The only time I used it was when I did crafts with my kids. Now I use it all the time. It sets up very quickly as it cools, and even works fine with copier paper and sheet styrene. This isn't going to be pretty, but it doesn't need to be, since no one besides myself, and now you guys, but nobody else will ever see it from the back side. These windows won't be an exact fit within the window opening, which is why I left about a 1/4 inch of clear plastic around each of the 4 sides. There's a pretty good chance that the light from inside would shine through the gaps around each edge. To prevent that from happening, I'll add a little black craft paint prior to installing the windows. The additional plastic on the back of each window does more than just keep the LED's light from bleeding through. It also sets a consistent distance from the front of each opening. Plus, it provides a wide surface for globs of hot glue to hold them to the foam core. If I could have gotten a little bit closer, I would have. But because of the walls, I had to let the hot glue drop into place several times. But again, this won't be seen by anybody else, except you and me, right now. While I've been working on this again, I realized that the colors I used many months ago were a little dull. Sometimes a building that shows a little wear and tear from time and the elements is much more interesting. I used a wash of medium brown followed by some dry brushing. I did it to the front and liked it. I liked it a lot, so I'll show the process on the last remaining side. So, what do you think of this music? It reminds me of being on hold during a phone call in the 1970s, which for some reason makes me smile. If it's not to your liking, sorry about that. My regular narration will resume shortly. The entryway doors and lobby windows were also made almost 2 years ago. That assembly fits just snugly enough to not need gluing. But the lobby's tiled floor and a bit of XPS foam out front, well, those two elements will keep it firmly in place. I made the lobby floor in 3 sections to make installation easier. A ruler and a sharp pencil were all I needed to indicate grout lines between the tiles. Mod Podge is great at sealing foam and adding a bit of toughness to foam or cardboard. It's also an excellent adhesive between those types of materials as well. This is the final connection for all of my LEDs, and there are more than 20 of them. I won't show the entire process of the wiring. There's a lot of it, for sure, but it's basically pretty simple. Red to red, black to black, some soldering, a little heat shrink insulation, all held in place by globs of hot glue. The LEDs are 12-volt DC, so the plug allows me to supply power with a common 12-volt adapter. hot wire cutting table allows me to make thin strips of XPS foam, which I'll use to finish off the entryway's exterior. I'll also use those strips to make the lobby's interior walls. My inkjet printer and some strips of styrene plastic will serve as artwork for the resort's guests. It's a painting showing the airplane of the highest scoring pilot in history. Amazingly, Germany's Erich Hartmann has 352 confirmed aerial victories during the Second World War. This is a piece of mat board that I first sealed with Mod Podge and then painted one side black. It won't be permanently attached, but just held in place by a few strategically placed dabs of hot glue. The lobby's back wall is held against it with a few pieces of tape. I'd like to add a sofa and a front desk, maybe a few people standing around waiting to check in, but I don't have any O-scale furniture right now. But who knows? Someday I might. In about a week, I'll have the base for this resort finished, and then my upper level will be looking fairly sweet, if I do say so myself. Check back for that video, and until that time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.